So, why aren't they texting you back? If you've been asking yourself this, stay tuned. Hello, everybody. This is Antoinette from Luna Wisdom Tarot. Um, I have a fun pick a card about why aren't they texting you back? Are you being ghosted? What's happening? Okay, here we go. We have three piles in front of you. I have pile one here with a rose quartz stone, and we're using this. I love sugar skulls, so I have like sugar skull stuff all around the house, so I decided to use my coasters today. Okay, so pile one is rose quartz, or you can pick the supernatural deck we're using today, as this is the spirit of Halloween. Okay, pile two, we have the pyrite, beautiful stone, very heavy too. And this is the Light Seers Tarot deck, one of my favorites. And then that's pile two. Pile three, we have this desert rose, a bigger chunk, not that classic rose shape. It's like two, possibly three, kind of merged into one. But anyway, if you like this desert rose, or if you're looking at this Rider-Waite tarot deck, go ahead and pick pile three. Okay, just a little bit of reminders. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. These are general messages. And of course, I wanted to thank all of my subscribers. I finally hit 700 viewers. That was really exciting. So anyway, with that, thank you everybody for joining. I hope you enjoy your pile. Go ahead and pick it right now. Hello, everyone. If you selected pile one with the rose quartz, this is your message. And we're using the Supernatural Tarot deck to kick us off, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so the question is, why haven't they texted you back? And the reason why I wanted to do this is because I have a few questions of myself, of my friends, and for myself. I feel like this is kind of a vibe that's going on. So with that, let's get into it. So for pile one, why are they not texting them back? Are they being ghosted? What's happening? So, all right, the Nine of Swords in reverse has come out first. We're gonna pull a few more cards. Ace of Goblets. Yeah, I'm hearing blood thicker than water. I think this may be related to a family member or someone really close to you that you consider like family. Seven of Pentacles. Okay. We're gonna kick this off. So there's something that went like kind of a misunderstanding. I feel like for you, pile one, it's more about getting insight into this person, but less about why they're not texting you back. Meaning I feel like for your pile in particular, you could not be texting them back and they're not texting you, meaning you guys both don't want to be in contact right now. Or it could be literally you texted one quick thing to kind of feel the room, but you know, like there's been something that happened, like an argument, a breakup, but something that has occurred. So it's a little different for you. Okay. So right here, we start off with the Nine of Swords. The Nine of Swords is very heavy energy. And this is how I felt that it's in reverse, but I felt like you had, it was an intense situation, like a misunderstanding that went too far. And I feel like for your party, you felt like this person went too far and you're kind of looking for an apology. Or it could be a situation where this other person was so emotionally compromised, so you see your part in it. You know you overreacted, but you don't want to apologize because you still think that person was wrong, even though maybe you handled it in an over-emotional way. But there's something going on. And if you are, I feel like the majority of you aren't texting them anyway. like I said, I feel like that's for a good portion of you, but there's also a group of you where you've texted, they haven't texted you back, like classic to what this is about. What I see here for your particular side of the group is that you felt very hurt in the situation. You're willing to overlook the hurt to see, like, if you could just repair this, like you missed this person. So that's what I see happening here. Now the Ace of Goblets is like they were really like, there was somebody that you loved very deeply, like as a friend, very close, you know, like family. Like you felt like this is where you were at, and it really bothers you. Sorry, I feel the emotion come up, but it really bothers you that they're not communicating with you because you don't see it as you've done anything wrong. And at the same time, if you did, why aren't they calling you to talk about it? Like, why aren't they willing to have a conversation? Why are they just so done? And what did you do? Like, that deserves this. Now, this is a really deep energy as far as like family energy, but I also see this as, on the other side of that, like, you're just kind of done. Like, if they did something to you and they kind of crossed you, it's like you're done. It's just like one more thing, and that's the other side of you. So I feel like you could be both of these instances. You want to know what's going on, that's half of you, and the other half of you is like, good riddance, like they're too much work and disappointed. And it kind of puts a little bit more context to the people who are like, you know, maybe like, I just want to know what I did wrong. I challenge you to really think about, have they really been showing up for you the way you show up for them? I'm asking that because I'm feeling like there's a group of you that are both, and that's where the conflict comes in, is you know the answer to that. You know the answer is no, they haven't shown up for you. And now you're like in that vibe and space, like, dude, like, I have to be done. And that's what leads us to the Seven of Pentacles. So Seven of Pentacles energy is like, they're really, it's crazy, but it's the Seven of Pentacles energy is that energy of, you know what? I'm ready to move on. Like, look at this vibe. Look at how he looks. He's getting his cufflinks ready to go. Now, I think the majority of the audience is female. I am. And so, you know, I may not get my cufflinks ready, but I know what this means. Typically, it's like they're ready to get moving. They're ready to get started. They're over it. You know, I don't know. It's just the way he's facing the camera, almost like he has his back to something. Like he's like, I'm ready to walk away. And that's the vibe that I'm getting from this so far, is like, despite your conflicted feelings, for some of you are very clear, you're ready and it's done and you're over it. And some of you are like, I need that final closure. Like, what did I do wrong? But you also know it's a fool's errand because they may not, you know, tell you the truth. They may not be open to talking about it, or that it's easier now because you haven't talked in a long time, but it's complicated. I had a lot of the deck fall out, so I'm only going to take this top card here. The rest of it I'm going to reshuffle. This deck is a little awkward to shuffle for me for whatever reason. It's pretty strong energy, but like, if you like Supernatural, I highly recommend it. Not getting paid for it, not a sponsor, just a fan of the show, right? Like, I really like the show. Okay, so the Nine of Pentagrams energy has come up. It's in the upright. You know, to the best foot forward, this is going back to what we were talking about. The best foot forward is to move on and to let go. But you just have this question so bad. What did you do wrong? What is their problem? Why are they ghosting you? Because they kind of are. They're not texting you back, right? And you have no interest in talking to them. It's almost like, so now we're going to get clarification on the why of it, because I feel like most of you want to know that. Okay. The Emperor card came out first. And the Seven of Bones. You know, to graduate to your next level, this is a little bit more clarity, and then I promise you we'll get into why they're doing this. But this actually belongs here, and Spirit wanted me to do the whole thing. I was trying to like rush forward here, but you know how Spirit runs the show. So I was like, I want to answer the next question. They still want to talk. Give you some confirmations about where you're at. Okay. So we talked about that Nine of Pentagrams energy. It's just like, you know, it's best to just let it go, even though it's difficult. The Emperor energy talks about you have to utilize your inner emperor, your inner empress, or empress. You have to utilize that and just take it in, like the fact is you should be sitting on your throne and expecting people to treat you as such, meaning you deserve to be treated as well as they're treating you. If you guys got into a fight and argument and you do feel like you have it in this fair way and you're happy with it, and ultimately your life is better off looking back than when they were in your life, you're already seeing that shift. It's like you're just kind of coming into congruence of, you know what, I'll never know the answer to that. Who knows if they'd even be honest with me? Who knows if this would make it more difficult to not talk to them anymore or to be in this state of being ghosted? Like, it's like accepting the fact that you aren't going to get all the answers. And the 9 of Bones, you're manifesting something great. You also know the more attention you spend to trying to resolve this, or should you be spending attention to what you can build? The fact is, this is already done. So, that's really the state you are in. If you're not in it right now, you'll be in it soon. I'm feeling that eclipse energy. I'm filming this during the eclipse, the lunar eclipse. If you're watching this way after lunar eclipse, that's fine. These messages are timeless, but regardless, I feel like this energy is a bit more powerful. So we're able to get some deeper answers about who you are and some context to where you're headed in the next couple of months. I'd say in the next 3 months, but you should be somewhere on the stage and recognizing it. It could be fresh. It could be like you're just facing that bond that you had and being willing to walk away from that bond, which is very difficult. Okay, so now we're going to get some context. Why are they ghosting you? Why are they ghosting you? Okay, we're going to get some cards here. I thought I was going to pull another deck, but I'm just feeling this deck for you. It's perfect. Oh my goodness, this is crazy. Oh my God. Okay, let's just get started. So each stage is kind of like, this is how you are and how you felt in the situation, some context of the situation. Now we're getting their perspective. So I don't know if you've ever, I just saw this movie recently where they did that. They took like several characters, retold the same kind of similar scenes and like different character perspectives. And at the end of the episode, it put together the whole thing, and then you're like up to date and caught up and then get the rest of the story. But anyway, this is how this reading is coming through, and it's just a really cool thing. So anyway, this is their perspective on you in that situation. Their perspective is that they won, that they were right, that they're the one that should own, like they owned you, whatever. Like they just feel like that they were the ones who are right, and they're had some sort of moral high ground around the situation. So there's a sense of pride there, that they had a moral high ground, like they're the one that caught you, It's kind of like, frankly, icky energy, like just, it's this really dumb energy. But anyway, I shouldn't say that, but it's the truth. It's just they're lame. Like, you have usurped them so many times, and it's like in this area, you may have shown humanity a little bit, but they're making it like they're just blowing it out of proportion. It's like they caught you, instead of getting the A+, you got the A-. Like it's that dumb. It's that dumb. Okay. Next is the Fool's card, the Fool card, and it's the Fools on here. This is what's really, so, this is on top of your connection. They are a fool. So we're going to read this in two perspectives. They are a fool for just throwing your relationship down the drain. And we talk about that more, about how close you were. It's that familiar connection. If anything, it is all related. These 4 cards are all related to each other, because it's like, how you see it from each perspective. So how you see yourself as the Fool was like, I have to be willing to walk away from this connection, sit my Emperor energy as I manifest something amazing with the nine of bones, otherwise known as the Nine of Wands. That's your perspective of the Fool card, but their perspective of the Fool card is that, oh my God, they're a fool. Oh my God, like I have them right where I want them. Like it's just really stupid. Like it's just like lame villain energy for sure. But whatever. So then we come into the Two of Cups, and the Two of Cups energy is, it's just so perfect for this. So, okay. This kind of comes back to, and why I said all four cards are related, so we're going to read it from your perspective, and this is what's so crazy about this message. You'll see it as it comes through, but it's like, so your perspective of your relationship has come complete. You felt really close to them. You felt that familiar bond, and that's what's kept you, like, kind of going in a circle, like just keep forgiving them, keep like overlooking stuff, not honor the fact that you should be making a different decision. Like they're ghosting you right now, you should honor that ghost, and you're conflicted because part of you wants to go back because you have in the past, but this time you're not, and it's a really hard thing to face. This is where you're at. If you haven't started down this path yet, like I said, next 3 months, you're going to be here. Okay, so with that, we have the Two of Cups, that closeness, that bond. And that very bond is what inspires you to step into that new beginning, that Fool energy, and that's how you are the Emperor. It literally comes to an end here from your perspective of their cards, because for you, it's like, if not now, then when? I'm already going down this road. Just accept it. I'm already the Fool heading down this road. And yes, I know they're a fool too, because I gave them so much. I was so supportive. Or, okay, so I had a human error one time. Look at all the things I've done for them. Look how understanding I've been of them. Regardless of the story, this is your vibe. This is your energy. And so it's just very interesting to play out here how this comes to pass. Like this is how you get strong enough to conquer the Emperor. Now, from their perspective is, like I said, that you're a fool, that they caught you, that you're not as genuine, as nice as you thought, and all these things, and you're a fool. You messed up, and you are ruining our friendship. You are a villain to them. You've done this. Like I said, it's weak energy. It's like they're just looking at this like, they feel like they took the moral high ground, which is why I pushed this higher. And because of the situation that unfolded, and from here, they feel like, oh, you're throwing away the relationship and you're a fool. Like they are that simple. They can't go deeper than that. So where do we fit? Well, you know what? That Nine of Pentagrams is like, you knew blessings were on their way, so you need to sit in your Emperor energy. Their reaction to this is so sophomoric but expected. They see your potential and they're literally coming after you with the Three of Bones. They're like, oh, well, I'm not going to be here for that. I'm not going to support you for that. Let's see how far you get on your own. Oh, you're starting to see your potential. Oh, well, I'm going to do whatever I can to stand in the way. That is the vibe. It's so crazy, but this is the vibe. And I'm so sorry because I don't like to do like messages that are a little bit more, we'll say, not the most positive, but what's so great about this message is that it's so positive for you. So I know that some of this messaging may be like striking a nerve and upsetting you. Please hang in there with me, because I'm telling you, this is their perspective. This is what's justifying you to sit in your Emperor energy. So if it's hard to hear, that's okay. This is just simply you being an Emperor and getting messaging that you don't necessarily love, but you're playing it beautifully. You are headed towards your Nine of Wands energy. You're headed toward all of your blessings. I mean, you're in your Nine of Wands energy. You're headed toward all your blessings. You're headed to an amazing place, and we're going to get clarification on where you stay in your Emperor energy. That's how we're going to end the reading. You stay in your Emperor energy. What are you getting for that, right? We're going to pull 4 more cards after this, so just hang in. Okay, so like I said, they're looking at you and like staying in the fact of, oh, you're this, oh, you're that, like wanting to show you up. And I'm telling you, that is so ridiculous, but they see you as the Emperor right now. Every stance you take where you're standing in your power, you're not running to call them, you're not running to text them. Maybe something went on. Maybe there was a reason. Maybe they had an event you're going to be involved with. Maybe you had a date coming up, but there's no confirmation. Maybe this is someone that, like I said, is like a friend. So maybe it was like a birthday or some sort of, holiday party coming up. But you are standing in your truth, sitting in your truth on your throne. And they're coming in as the Seven of Blades. Notice how she's holding the blade here. She's ready to cut. But you also notice there's no blood on that blade. You have not opened yourself up to that. But this is the mode she's in. She wants to fight. I'm hearing, oh, you want to fight? Let's fight. Like, that's kind of where they're at. They want to hurt you. They want to hurt you. But for you, because you're staying in your power, they can't. So they just are smirking, so confident that you're going to come back. Now, we did say the Nine of Blades energy. So, or not Nine of Blades, Nine of Bones. The Lovers is on top of that. So for you, we know you're in a manifestation mode. You're creating a lot of things. You're building something amazing. And you have the Nine of Pentacles here. You're manifesting it. So you're in a beautiful manifestation zone. The Lovers card comes up. This person realizes they'll never have someone like you in their life again. I'm not just blowing smoke. This is not like a particular, like I said, feel-good message. This is just general messages. But they look at you as like, oh my God, they were the best friend I'll ever have. Like, nobody will ever reach that. It's like there's a bit of, part of them wants to go to war and part of them is just in shock. Like, this person is everything to me. That's what I'm hearing. They're everything to me. This could be like a lover, like someone that you've been dating, and they may be ghosting you, but they also realize, like, holy shit, they're everything to me. Like, what did I do? Like, what am I doing? So they're vacillating right here. Just like you may be vacillating at times to pick up the phone or to text and just try to kick off a conversation. Or maybe you already have, and their lack of response is telling you, you need to honor that. And maybe you should block them. Maybe you should just really go no contact, and decide to versus being toying with it. This is where they're at. Ultimately, there's no way you could have been a better, whether it was friend, partner, lover, like whatever, you couldn't have been better. And that's where they're at. And for you, that's their only thing they keep facing and they don't have a resolution for. So they're in this cycle. They keep facing like you're amazing. And then on this end, what you keep facing is your path ahead. Your path ahead, that's what you're doing right now. You keep facing it as like, okay. And I did see here, I was trying to finish channeling the message. I saw Seven of Bones after the fact. I've been calling it the Nine of Bones. But I think the messaging is still the same. Because bottom line, you have that manifestation card as well with the Nine of Pentacles. You have so much to look forward to. It's guaranteed you're in manifestation mode. At the same time, you're building and keeping your focus where it needs to be. Staying strong, not falling for the past. Okay, we're just going to get some clarification on what's coming for you next. I'm going to Spirit said 4 cards. So we're going to take 4 cards to wrap this reading up. What's coming next for pile 1? My God. This is incredible. This is such a cool reading. No. Pile 1, Masters. You did it. Like, you don't even know. Let me check to see if it's all in the shot. Yes, it is. Awesome. What's coming up next for you? King of Goblets. That confidence, that self-love that you've shown for yourself, that standing in your power, like being on the throne, not looking back, making that hard choice. It may be very difficult right now. Stand in it. You become the King of Goblins. Or Goblins. You can tell we're in Halloween season. Sorry, King of Goblets. Otherwise, the King of Cups. The King of Cups, you're calling in the right relationships. You have that emotional intelligence now. You're not going to be easily manipulated, easily controlled, any of those things. You're just in a spot in your life where you're 100% calling in everything you want. In relationship terms, you're going to have the type of relationships you deserve, people who are at your level, and you're not going to have situations like this anymore. This is of the past. You're closing the cycle out. The King of Blades is coming in. You will be able to speak the truth, say the truth, see the truth. This is huge. You have 2 kings in a row. 74 cards in the deck. Think about the probability of that. When we're asking about your future, what you can look forward to, you have that King of Blaze energy. It's that truth energy. It's the energy where you will say what you mean and mean what you say. You hold people accountable. That's combined with the goblets. This is with the goblet energy, the King of Goblets. This is pretty much saying, like, you will have that emotional intelligence mixed with having a voice, with setting boundaries, with being in your power. You will have all of those things. Also, you have the Hermit energy here. This is why this is so incredible. You ended it with 2 major arcana. The reason why the Hermit energy is so important for you is you understand your power. You've educated yourself. You understand yourself better than you ever have. You stood in your power. You've done the work. So now you can safely be okay with just being on your own in this moment. You don't have to have all of these people around you anymore because you faced yourself. You faced the truth and you faced what this situation was. And conversely, what every situation has been in your life. This is how you have grown to a whole nother level. The Hermit energy. Okay, so then we end off with the High Priestess energy. I started laughing because I'm like, you can't get better than ending than this. You're ending as the High Priestess energy. Male or female, what does this mean? It means you have mastered your toolbox. It means you have the emotional intelligence. You have the ability to set boundaries. You have this intelligence about you. You still have this Hermit energy where you go within because you're observing yourself now. You're observing your behavior like, oh, this doesn't feel like me. What's happening? Instead of letting it go down the line, because of this Hermit energy, you're just constantly fluid now. You're supporting yourself. You're understanding yourself. You're in a perfect vibe to bring in the right people because they've done the work too. Their deck is the same as your deck, pile 1. Your friends, the people that's coming into your life, your relationships, like this could be a new partner, it could be a new lover, it could be a new best friend, it could be just a new friend group, it could be a new community, like a work community, whatever it is, or a play community, a fun community, it doesn't matter. These are the people. Everybody would pull this pile. They'd be like, yeah, this is my story. And they have done the work. They are both emotionally intelligent, able to set boundaries, able to live in their truth. They're not looking for you to fluff them. They are an equal. They can do this self-reflection. They have the ability of being able to have some self-perception and understand where they're coming from and start to even anticipate like something's going off the rails here and fix it before something major happens, before it affects other people. They start self-regulating and you have started self-regulating. This is how you know you will get the people in life who are supposed to be in your life because this is the High Priestess pile, okay? This is the pile where you've hit mastery. And you will hit mastery with relationships. So are they ghosting you? The answer was yes. But guess what? You're ghosting them right back. You're over this relationship. You're sitting on your throne and you're owning your High Priestess energy. Okay, with that, I hope you enjoyed the messages, pile 1. If you did, please hit like. Share the video if you enjoyed it. Maybe even toy around with friends and see who's like, oh my God, I'm totally feeling this message. Like, this is my story right now. I'll be interested to hear that. Shoot me a comment. Let me know if this was your story. Let me know if this resonated with you. I would love to hear about you guys. You just sound like you sound really interesting, honestly. You guys sound like my vibe. You sound like my pile. You sound like my friends for sure. So yeah, definitely do that. And then of course, subscribe if you want messages like this. I've been getting kind of retooled here, but I'm going to be able to start posting multiple times a week again. I'd love to have you join. Shoot me a comment, let me know, and subscribe if you feel called. All right, talk to you again soon. Bye. Welcome back to Why They Haven't Texted You Back, aka am I being ghosted? We're going to ask that question as well. So pile 2, pile 1 was awesome, so I'm really excited about your pile. You've chose the pyrite, which hopefully this is coming over well. And hold on one second, I just have to change one quick thing with my light. There we go. Okay, that looks better. All right, so pile 2, selected Light Seers Tarot deck. What we're going to do today, we're wondering why they haven't texted you back. We're going to be looking into that and asking whether you're being ghosted. We're going to get clarity around the situation. I'm just going to kind of let it flow as it comes out. Pile 1 was incredibly unique, so yeah, I'm excited about this one. So the way I'm planning is I'm going to pull from the Light Seers Tarot, and then from there, I'll get clarifications from whatever deck I feel called to pull. So that's how we'll do it today. At least that's the initial plan. Page of Wands in reverse. Okay, Page of Wands in reverse. Justice card also in reverse. Why they haven't texted you back. Okay. Why they haven't texted you back. This could be a family member, a love interest, a partner, a friend, a coworker, anybody that you have in mind. Just get them clear. So pile 2, why haven't they texted you back? It's interesting. So this is talking about the person. So the person has a energetic block. It's one of those things that like the justice is in reverse. So it's also showing like this person feels like it's unjust, like what's happening to them, like they feel like there's a block to their energy. So I'm going to put it in kind of an example. This person could be in the same situation in their life, living in the same place, for instance, but they don't really want to live there. Or they could be in a situation where they are just really stressed out and sad and angry, and they are cycling in that space, even though they know they want to come out of it. They know justice would be served, flipping this in reverse, but it's like the temptation to stay doing patterns they've always done is incredibly seductive. So this could be a person, for instance, that knows they need to buckle down and work on their business. They're losing clients. They need to make this happen. It's like some of the challenges they run into, let's just say they're unmotivated. They're canceling their appointments. They're sick a lot. They're sad, whatever. But some of whatever's causing them to do this, it's like now they're blocking the energy from coming to them because they're not even honoring the appointments that they have. And they're letting go of situations that would lead to their detriment. And that's why it feels unjust, because it's like the card isn't turning. They're stuck in the same cycle of behavior and therefore the same outcome. So that could be an example. It could also be in a romantic relationship. I could see someone here like they're cycling in and out of, they're so focused on like what their personal experience is, like their creativity, what they're going after in the world. Maybe they're super driven. Maybe they're, at the office all the time, whatever it is. It's like they have moments where they're clear, they see the issue, but it's like this justice card is like they self-blind. Like, sometimes they say, like, justice is blind. Like, that's kind of the zone they're in. It's like they're just so focused on what they want and they can't let go of it. So that would be an example, but regardless, we'll use the person with the business as an example. Like, as it's playing through, they know they have like faith that they can get out of this. They have a lot of faith they can get out of it. So now let's just see a little bit more. So we're hearing about them. Hopefully some of this resonated. If not, you could pick another pile. 3 of Wands. And the Moon card. They're waiting for their opportunity, and like when you met them, it's like they're cycling this behavior, so they haven't really changed anything, but they're ready. Like they feel like they're ready for the next step, but it's like they keep blocking themselves from taking it. Regardless, the Three of Wands energy represents how they were looking out at the ocean, like wanting, like, you notice how she's looking at the ocean. Like that's the way they were looking out at frankly, you and at who you are and how you represent to them. They're seeing this as, it's like their wave finally came in. Like that's kind of how I'm hearing it. And so the moon card represents who you are to them. You're incredibly mysterious. You have a balanced energy about you, but they just feel like there's so much about you that they can't put their finger on. That's kind of ethereal. That's out of touch. That's deep. That's incredibly deep. It's just not something that they can master right out the gate. And that is kind of their vibe, like how they see you. So we got some good background there. Now I know we've been asking, why haven't they texted you back? Now that we're clear on how they see you, I'm switching over to the Supernatural Tarot deck. Let's see. The Page of Pentagrams is coming out. The World. Okay, I'm going to stop here because I already started to hear a couple of messages. Okay. So right out the gate with the Page of Pentacles and then the World card, or Page of Pentagrams. Sorry, it's Pentacles and classic way of saying it, but this is the Supernatural deck. So Page of Pentagrams. They're looking at who you are. Like it's like this is the first time they've seen your full potential. It's the fact, like, why they're not texting you back is like they have seen, like, you know, frankly, your potential to be great, your potential of greatness. The reason why I say that is because look at their expressions here. Like, look how he's shocked, like he's stunned, like he cannot look away. This one's trying to get it on camera, but also camera's kind of pointing down because he's looking down at shock. Like he actually removed the camera as a cameraman and is looking ahead, just completely shocked. They seem stunned in place. And this represents what the person that you're asking about, pile 2, what they're experiencing. They're experiencing seeing you and seeing your potential maybe for the first time. The World card came on top of the Justice card. To them, seeing that, they see your road, like, so you see how the guys are writing here. So your road in front of you is full of nothing but potential and possibility. That Page of Pentagrams energy, that Page of Pentacles, any road you pick, you will be fruitful. It will be the best road you could possibly experience. That's what you think, but you have every opportunity to manifest anything that you want. The World card here, how they're looking forward, like this is who you are. You're in this car and there's no one in front of you. There's no barriers in sight. You're going for it. This is true justice is what I'm hearing. This is what you've worked so hard for. So it is on top of the Justice card in reverse. To them, they see it as it not being fair. This may be something you guys have talked about. Maybe they think that you could already have this opportunity, or you could be about to get this opportunity, but whatever it is, this person is stunned because they see your potential. They don't know what to do with that. They're spinning out about it, you know, and they have been so stuck in their story, and now they see, oh my God, you're capable of the world. You're capable of massive success. The sky is the limit. You are shooting for the stars and you're going to get it. The Two of Pentagrams. They see your ability to balance everything as you're getting this opportunity in front of you. Like you are in flow like you've never been before. You are in the zone, and this person is just frankly a little bothered. They're a little bothered that you would, how do I put this? They're bothered that you're doing so well, and they see the potential in front of you. Again, with the shock. It doesn't mean they don't care about you, but they're very bothered by that. They see you as the Queen of Goblets. That's the Queen of Cups. They see you as that. And they want to just take you down a few pegs. They really, it's like they are just jealous because their road, like we said, they've been cycling the same endless road, doing the full, like I see it as jumping into the full energy, okay, obsessing, like getting in your own way. Like I use that example of the woman making money, like she's not making money anymore. He's not making money. They are not making money, right? Because they keep like just not doing what's needed to grow their business, to move forward, whatever that goal was. And they continue to feel it's unjust. They continue given the temptation of their immediate creature comforts instead of having a long-term vision, and then they drop right back into that full energy. So what's so frustrating is that they see you're incredibly shrewd and you're incredibly consistent, and the world is right in front of you, and you have this emotional naturalness to you, this emotional intelligence, this sense of natural, like you're very intuitive. They could tell you're intuitive. It seems natural to you. It seems like you're just in flow. Like, oh yeah, this is just coming together naturally for me. Oh my God, boop, there it was. I'm successful. Like that's how they see you. I'm not saying what you're working on is not challenging. I'm sure it is, but in their opinion, it's just working so easily for you, and they are so jealous of your potential. We do have the Page of Blades here. This Page of Blades represents them. At one point, you guys were both pages together, and now they're seeing what you are now. You've graduated to Major Arcana, and they're still in the page energy. This is incredibly frustrating for them. Why they're not texting you back? They're mad. They're literally dying mad about it. Like they're upset. Like, how dare you move forward? How dare you do well without me? How dare you? Like, this was supposed to be mine. How dare you have this future? That shocks me, the future of the world card. So this Page of Blades card is, they're sharp with their tongue. When you did see them last, they're being a bit unreasonable. They're being a bit, I would say, childish in some of their behaviors. And you thought it was going to settle out. That's kind of some of the feeling I'm getting from a group of you. Like you thought, hey, after a few days, it's going to go away. It'll be fine. And now it's been a longer period than what you expected. And I understand that is hard to take for sure. But I just think it's important to point out, like, they don't, like right now, they know who you are and what you're capable of. And I'm not seeing that they necessarily want to take it away from you. They're just mad that they don't have that too. In their mind, the plan was both of you get it, and now you only get it. And they're jealous of that. They're bothered by that. And I hope they work through it, frankly, because I know how it is with friends. Like, I hope they work through it. But the next card that's out is the 10 of Pentacles. Financial abundance is guaranteed. Again, they don't dislike, they're not saying you don't deserve it. They're seeing more like, well, why her and not me? She already has everything. Why her and not me? He already has everything. Like, that's not fair. Why does he get more? It should be me first, then them. I wanted it first. Like, it's things like that. It's that kind of energy. So your 10 of Pentacles is like the promise. Like, what you're getting from them ultimately, like what's coming, what's coming your way versus what's coming their way. Okay. Queen of Bones has come out next. So what's coming? Oh God. This is kind of fun. Are you being ghosted is what I'm asking. I'm asking what's next, right? God, these cards are so expressive. Oh my God. Boom, so much confirmation. The Moon and Justice card came out again from this different deck from Supernatural. This is incredible. So what I'm asking is, are they ghosting you, and getting some clarifications on why, who you guys are right now. And we're finishing off with the Eight of Bones, otherwise known as Eight of Wands. All right, let's get into this. Are you being ghosted? The answer is yes. They are ghosting you, or at least putting you in a timeout is what I'm hearing. So for some of you, it may not be a permanent ghosting. It could be something like they just need a timeout and then they're going to re-engage. This timeout's taking longer than any other timeout you guys have had, but they will re-engage. It's just a matter of time. So half of you is re-engaging. The other half is you are being ghosted. I'm so sorry. You have to kind of go with your gut, okay? We listen to these intuition, these messages, and they're from, you know, you are inspired to pick this video. That means it's connected to your experience right now, and so you're looking for clarification and confirmation. You already know the answer. So I would lean toward, you either know that it's yes or no. You can drop it in the comments. It's instinctual. And you'll know either just by thinking about it, or you can just challenge yourself, like, by the end of this message, I'm going to know whether it's yes or no. And it could be that simple, and it will come in your mind by the end of this message. And when that happens, you can text me and say, hey, that worked, pile two. So yeah, with that, let's get into this next spot. Half of you being ghosted. Some of you, it's not forever. They just can't handle it right now. But regardless, remember we ended off what energy they were in. Is the Page of Blades energy. I need to pause you one moment. Hello, pile three. If you selected this Desert Rose, this is your reading, Rider-Waite Tarot, and then we did have a skull candy today. Okay, so where are we going with this? So this reading is, have you been wondering why they haven't texted you back? And we're gonna go in and get all the answers, including if you're being ghosted and why, right? Why, if the answer is yes or no. So pile 1 and 2 was both just, they're very different and just great readings. So I'm just going to remind you that the way this works is pick whatever, if you have multiple people you want to ask about, just pick a different pile for each person. But you can, anything will work. Partner, friend, coworker, relative, just whoever. Just, you've been wondering why they haven't texted you back, pile 3. So I'm shuffling right now, and then we will get started. The way the reading has been going, I just kind of let it flow out. Wow. I was flipping another deck before this reading. it was a supernatural deck. I was shuffling, and it was interesting because the Hierophant flew out, and I didn't take it because I was like, well, I'm not going to use that deck for this reading. Like, you know, you selected Rider-Waite, and we may get clarification cards there, but I just find it very interesting. The Hierophant was the first card to come out for you. So have you been wondering why they haven't texted you back, called you back? Temperance. High Priestess in reverse. A lot of major arcana, all major arcana. So this is significant. A lot of synchronicities in this one. Okay, so this is how we're going to start this one. It could be a friend, coworker, partner. It all starts with the Hierophant, and it talks about someone who just is expecting you to conform. I'm feeling this could be a parent. This could be someone definitely like a coach or a boss. Like, they want conformity. They have an issue with you not conforming, frankly, and they are definitely, sorry, I just bumped the table. They are definitely very bothered at your independence. So the way this starts is that, the Hierophant, like, it's conformity. They notice that recently, even if, I'll say recently for some of you, you have never, literally, you have never conformed to what society expects of you all the time. It doesn't mean like you're a rebel in every sense of the word, like, or dramatic, cartoonish rebel, right? It could just simply be you typically speak your mind, and you're hardworking, but you can also be like a hard partier, right? Like, you could be a blend of a lot of things, is whatever you feel like doing. And a lot of people, I'm feeling, maybe a lot of people in your life, but definitely some very important people in your life. Like I said, parents, mentors, people that have a very clear expectation of you and what they expect. These people, it is a big deal. It is a big deal for them. They're kind of bothered by all of this. So I think it's just important to kind of talk about that, like, for you, pile 3, they really just, they are just floored with like how they see you. So what's happening here is that the Temperance card is coming in, and you're doing a beautiful job at just being harmonious with yourself, by being patient with yourself, at the same time by not just conforming. Like, you make sure your decisions aren't like blocked with emotion or have-tos. You really think things through. You take your time. You won't let somebody pressure you to make decisions quickly. These are all things that are very, very difficult for this person to understand, because they're so into tradition. They're so into living in a certain lifestyle. We have the High Priestess in reverse, and this gives some clarification around them. They're so afraid that you're going to harm yourself by doing something different, or that you're going to somehow, if you're doing this stuff that makes you selfish, or that you're dumb or ignorant, because you're going after something and it's just too risky. Regardless, they live in a lot of fear, and they really live in an area of, they just don't believe it's possible. It's a reflection of their own self-esteem. And not to say that they're not capable of more. Of course they are. Most human beings are. But it's like they're letting their fear get into the way a bit. Okay? So when we see how this is playing together, we have the Nine of Cups. They're seeing your wishes coming true. They're seeing things are coming together. They're also noting that you're taking time for yourself. You're taking time, kind of back to this Temperance card, like they see you may be like more balanced and sound more together, and like you've like grown massively. They see that. They may not comment on it, but they see it. 99 is definitely an angel number for you guys. This is completion, and they see a completion of who they are in your life, and it's really difficult to accept. I'm feeling like they really, really wanted to kind of control the outcome a bit, and they cannot do that. They just have to kind of accept. They're just going to kind of accept it. Like, and so are they, why they haven't texted you back is like they're just, it's almost like I'm feeling like they don't know what to say. Yeah. And then 7 of Cups. I don't feel like they're necessarily mad about what you're getting. They just thought you were a dreamer. That's what the 7 of Cups represent. They just thought you were a dreamer. They would never believe that you could actually do it. And the fact that you've done it and that you are doing it, pile 3, like this is so difficult for this person to like grasp. And I don't know if they've ever like acknowledged how, I wouldn't even just say proud, but like as shocked and humbled they are that they, frankly, like as far as that they know you or that you're in their family, like they're blown away. They never saw it coming. They had no faith, probably. And I shouldn't laugh. I don't mean that in a negative way. It's just ridiculous, because it's like they didn't see what was right in front of them. That's what makes me laugh. It's like someone who sees a gold ring and they would rather just grab a key ring and walk out the door. They have a choice of gold or a key ring. They choose a key ring. Like, it just doesn't even make sense. Like, it makes you laugh. Like, do they even understand what gold is? That's what I see here. It was so clear. But they were just so stuck in, well, you have to do it this way, and you have to be robotic, and you have to go after it this way, and they're not doing that, so therefore it can't be successful. It's like there's only literally one way to be successful in their mind. And the fact that you don't conform, I keep coming back to that, that term, conform, but I think it's important. Some of you could be coming from a strict religion, you can be coming from a strict household, or even like a very, like, maybe you're married and used to have like a husband that was fairly strict or had a lot of expectations on you. This would be a confirmation for you. This is your pile, because they're just blown away. You went totally against anything they would even predicted you would do. So it's not even just about your capability. I think most of it is about your predictability. They would have never predicted you to be where you're at, doing what you're doing, and it's just shocking. Okay, are they ghosting you as a result? Let's find out. Okay, 4 of Cups. Are they ghosting you? Again with the synchronicities. 44, 44, 14 can all be your number. Okay. Are they ghosting you? They're taking a beat. They're taking a minute. I'm feeling no. They're not ghosting you. It's just it's almost like they have to learn to relate to you again. Interesting. Justice card in reverse. Okay. Okay. This has a very it's a positive message. So where they're at right now, they're not ghosting you. They're just taking a minute. They're looking at everything. They're just really like you pulled a fast one to them, like not in a negative way, but just they would never predicted it. And it's like they're having a hard time reconciling what you've done with your life and the success you've had, and maybe their importance in your life since that success. Then we have here, we go into the 4 of Wands. It talks about how, there'll be times again where you guys will be able to celebrate if that's what you want, if that's what's healthy for you and in your divine journey. You'll be able to celebrate with them again, have good events with them again. This is just a bump in the path. So if it's a friend, partner, coworker, boss, whoever, it's going to come together again. It's just you totally, frankly, blew their mind. They didn't know who you were. So then we have the Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups energy is also interesting because we're talking about, in reverse, it's like it's like that High Priest energy, just more about this person. Like they feel a strong emotional loss and a strong loss in general because of your success. Like it's like impacted a sense of who they are. It is that deep, which is crazy, but it is that deep. We go into justice, and what they're seeing here is that like they'll never admit it. On one hand, they don't think it's fair that you have what you have, but on the other hand, they have guilt for how they treated you. I don't know how much this resonates, but this is kind of where they're at. They're just like, it's unfair. Like why do they get that? Why are they where they're at? And It's very temporary. I feel like they land in the guilt area. They could have been dishonest with you as well, pile 3. And if they were, that's definitely another thing that's on their mind. It's just like how, like, they should have, why did they behave this way? Almost like going into deeper reflection for themselves. Like, why would I do that to them? Like, why would I do that to pile 3? Pile 3 is great. Like, so it's like they're in that. And then we go to the 9 of Swords in reverse. This is more about inner turmoil and deep-seated fears. They have a lot of fears around your success. Way more fears you could ever possibly have, frankly. They just have a ton around all of it. And they're really having a hard time letting it go. That fear is what's dragging. If they've said some not so nice things to you, so maybe some things that are dripping in paranoia or like just like harsh, like that's where it's coming from. I feel like some of you guys were just wondering, where is it coming from? It's like, it's all fear. They just have so much fear and they're so afraid for you. Like they're terrified because you've taken, I would say for most of you, you've taken way more risk in your life than they have. And this seems like the most riskiest thing on earth to them. They don't know anybody who's doing what you're doing. And again, I don't know what this is related to, but there's something that's very unusual that you're bringing to the table in your circle, in your space, okay? And this person in particular is very bothered by, like I said, the lack of tradition of it. They really are just bothered by all of this. So anyway, Queen of Cups comes up next. That energy is reflecting how stable you are in this situation and how they'll eventually be able to reconcile this, but it may take some time. And because you're very compassionate, you're very empathetic, pile 3, you're my pile that's very forgiving, you're nurturing, you're intuitive, you will use your intuition on how to resolve this situation. So the answer for you is just use your intuition about ghosting, like as far as that they're ghosting you right now, like they're not ghosting you. They're just taking a minute. They're taking, a little piece of it. And so we also already know the reason why. They have a lot to chew on. They're thinking about a lot. So just be patient with them, and when the time comes, you'll make a decision on how to continue. There is a 10 of Pentacles on the back of the deck in reverse. What this is representing was based on what I was saying about it's your choice going forward. The 10 of Pentacles is coming out that just remember there is a dark side to either side of this decision. So the dark side, but it's clear to you, would be like in this example with your friend, like, or your family member or your coach. I feel like this is somebody of authority to you, so I think it'd be more like coach, family member, maybe boss, but it seems a little bit closer than a boss. Anyway, this energy here, it's like they're just really bothered by how you did things, and they're in this circular kind of cycle. That means they're always going to have an opinion on how you do things. And they're typically going to choose the most formulaic, the most basic, and they're going to be freaked out about it and want to talk to you about it and all this stuff. You're going to have to figure out your way around that dark side of it. Because that would be the dark side, right? Like you're still friends, you still are, this is still your partner, this is like your, at the end of the day, they're still your parents, right? Whoever this is to you, it's like deciding how you're going to proceed. But there will be a dark side to that. Or the other dark side would be you decide not to proceed. Well, then you don't ever have the potential of this Four of Wands energy. And it did come up, which is there could be happier times again with them. The question is it worth it? And only you know that. If the happy times are, we'll say, like regular, that's one thing, and you can count on that. But if it's like once in a while, maybe once every 2 years, once every 2 months, like think about that. Once every 2 weeks, whatever your limit is, but think about it. This is an outcome that you can guarantee, but it's not guaranteed. Like it doesn't say it's always going to be like that. It says there's happier times you'll have. So you decide on how you want to go forward. Okay, pile 3, thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed your message. If you did, please hit like, share, subscribe as well. I do post pick a cards very regularly. I do general messages as well. I've been getting into that. And yeah, I would just love to have you join the channel. All right. Thank you so much, Pile 3. Talk to you again soon.